Okay, Wednesday, September 11th here. This is a pre-open SPY video. Looking at the daily chart after our big red day down, we are expecting a little follow through lower. The question is, are you going to get a lot of momentum to the downside, or are you just going to pause a little bit and digest some of this movement, today a little bit? You never know for sure. Definitely targets down here to the lows. That's on the weekly chart. We do have a 2-up failure on the weekly chart where we started above the high of the previous week, came to the midpoint of that week, and now we project with 3 days to go to take out the lows of that week. So any opportunity here where we start up a little bit is a good opportunity to get short in some manner. Again, we want to see price action eventually to really get momentum is to be red below the pre-market lows here and continue. An ideal trade to me would be one where we come up a little bit and take out these stops real quickly and fail, and then you can get short knowing we'll probably test that bottom. Again, it is possible you have some kind of opening that really goes strongly above this pre-market high, but then at that point, as long as you're below the midpoint of the prior day, it's not really an uptrend to be to take seriously, but it doesn't mean you're going to collapse either. So you're going to have to watch price action and look for your entry. I mean, a good example, I was kind of looking back after this red day here back in August on the 22nd. If you look at the 23rd, you note the way you eventually tested the low, but you didn't go much lower. So if I look at the 23rd, just as an example here, just to show you the way a day like that formed, on the 15-minute chart, you can see here, even though you had a big red day, you're expecting to follow through lower, we opened up and went higher, kind of to the midpoint of the prior day, and then you had your reversal. That could have been your short signal here. I don't know what the overnight action was at that point, but it probably failed to take out some overnight highs, up here somewhere, let's say, and then eventually all you did was you came down and you tested the lows of yesterday, then you went sideways all day. So it is possible to have one of these days where you just have one little directional trade on an up opening, a little reversal, and then just test the lows, and that's it for the day. I'll assume here the opening price action the pre-market action lows were probably down here, and you never really follow through much below it. So it is possible, that could happen, but it's also possible we can get a nice red bar all the way down to the lows today. So you got to get short in some manner. Just got to watch the opening price action to see, when the signal takes place on the 15-minute chart early. Keep these high and low levels in mind. Again, ideally, and I don't necessarily expect it, would be to come up and just probe these highs here and take out some stops, and then immediately, have a reversal bar to get short, to work down here, and then see if we get continuation lower. So let's keep it in mind. Again, we're at a point here where this monthly chart, if we can get any kind of push down, turns red, and that brings us to much lower targets here by the end of September. So you got that in mind. On the monthly, weekly chart, we should be heading down here sometime within the next few days to take out those lows. And we're just going to have to see, what kind of follow through we get from this big red bar from yesterday.